Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Chakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are teaching 100% truth of the Holy Scriptures. Shalom to the elect, and shalom to the brothers that are pushing the word in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be entitled, 2/3 are dehydrated. And the inspiration comes from the brother was bringing it out at camp yesterday, starting with, this point that Jake, they are dehydrated because they're tapping into all of these other philosophies that is truly not quenching their spiritual thirst. So they keep on going elsewhere and still got questions, and shit is confusing them. And we, as the hopeful elect, have found that well of living waters that leads to eternal life. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 1. The hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and sat me down in the midst of a valley which was full of bones. And this valley is talking about America, like it tells us in the valley of the shadow of death. Is that Psalms 23rd chapter? Yeah, yea. Psalms 23 and 1. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So that valley being a low place, this place is done for, man. Morally is low, financially is low, everything, man. Spiritually, this place is low. America being that low valley. It says, which was full of bones. And these bones are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. And verse 2, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. Right, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, y'all is dry as hell. Tapping into these different philosophies and different religions that is making you even more dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord power, thou knowest. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what the bones represent. So it's called them they were very dry. That's Jake because he is dehydrated. He don't have no living waters. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has not given that to them. This is the book of Jeremiah. This will be a quick one. Chapter 17 and verse 5. It says, Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So yeah, a lot of people, man, they put their trust in men over, the scriptures, whether it's IUYC or, whatever, man. They're putting their trust in men and in man and making flesh their arm. And that's ultimately departing from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So that man is cursed, that the blind leading the blind. Verse 6, For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabited. So yeah, so he's gonna be done out here. He's gonna have no water. Spiritually, that is. It says here it is. It says, Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and whose hope Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is. The difference between Basically, you idol worshiping up here, and right here, believing in the one true power. Verse 8, for he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Yeah, so that is the hopeful elect out there, planted by the waters. Roots is spread out, right? The leaves are green, because you could tell when a tree hasn't been given water. The leaves look all sad. But when you see a tree that has water, they're up. And with this, man, that's a good analogy, the way the Lord had made this. Because I was looking up heat stroke. Jake, 2/3, they have spiritually, they're going through spiritual heat stroke, and the heat stroke just happens when your body is hot as hell, right? And through the spirit, bodies is gonna get the heat is only gonna rise, both spiritually and physically, in a sense of the calamities that come, and also when those ICBMs get launched, and then that's going to be the ultimate heat stroke. But some of the symptoms of heat stroke, I'm going to just go to this one. It says change in mental state or behavior, confusion, Jake don't know what the fuck they at, agitation, and these are things that are you see constantly. Crime rises in the summer because of everybody's agitated because it's hot. The fuck away from me. Damn. It says slurred speech, right? And we could all apply these spiritually. It says irritability, you get annoyed fast. Delirium. Oh, see that shit? It says delirium, seizures, and coma can all result from heat stroke. Delirium, basically you out your mind. Derangement. Hallucinations. See, because Jake don't know where the fuck they are, man. Spiritually. The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So there you have it, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna is putting the spirit on Jake to be in that what would it say it was in delirium. They out there fucking mind because they don't know where they at. They think that Esau Edom is their friend, that things is gonna get better. Absolutely not, because this ain't your rest. They'll know where to put their spirituality at. It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So destruction is coming those that are dehydrated, spiritually dehydrated. John chapter 4 and verse 13. I'm gonna end with this parable. St. John chapter 4 verse 13. Yahushua answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. And this is spiritually, right? Because this is the woman at the well. Okay. And the woman thought that she was that Yahushua was speaking of just regular water, right? But we could make it into spiritual water, right? these different philosophies and different ways of life. That's a form of drink that it will never satiate your thirst. You're still gonna be thirsty and thirsty. It's like drinking Gatorade or some super sweet Kool-Aid. Jake like that shit cool, real sweet. It's like coming in from playing basketball and you go out, you come in, and then you drink that Kool-Aid. At the time, right when it goes down your throat, ooh, it is amazing. But then what? Come 5 minutes later, you still gonna be thirsty. You're gonna be more thirstier actually. Verse 14, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing into everlasting life. Right? That water being the doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. See, we ain't thirsting over here. We don't need to go elsewhere to quench our thirst. We all have it in the Holy Bible, 16:11. The correct breakdowns given unto us by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. That's that living, that's that springing up water into eternal life. That's that good water. Nice and crisp and cold. Okay, so I'm going to end off with that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Going to close out by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh. B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rachak Wadash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Shalom.